frequency, but I forgot the name. This one somehow works for me, but you need a secondary antenna which basically receives this noise, and then you kind of cancel it with the phase, right?
Yeah, it's a real pain, put it that way, what's happening there anyway. I'll see what comes about. Yeah, I was hoping that I might be able to get them another TV, you know, in light of the noise it was making, but it's nowhere near as bad as what the one they had a number of years ago. It was an old plasma TV, and those things make horrendous noise. 20 to 30 over, that grinding noise, it's hard to deal with.
Yeah. No, I am with you because I have the same problem here, but yeah, well, yeah, it is what it is. We live in a city.
Yeah, it's a real pain. And I know I've got some hydro noise. That's really nothing comparatively, nothing like this one. This noise is very heavy duty. It's S9. It gets up to S9 some of these times. Other times it drifts away, but I think what they're doing, they're probably watch the news, and hopefully they turn it off after the news.
Yeah, no, well, when I'm watching now, I can actually see it on my, the waterfall. When I put it on a really wide span, I can see this noise when it's in here, it's traveling, it's changing frequency a little bit, and it's really hard to chase it with this noise cancelling signal enhancer thingy, because it's changing frequency, eh?
Yeah, those MFJ 1026 units, they do work well when they work. Unfortunately, this one was, instead of using a relay, when you key up, run the PTT to this thing.
This basically overpowers my radio here, and this is FTDX10, and it's still, noise blanker does nothing. You have to use this phaser. Yeah. Anyway, I'll let you go. The net is going to start soon. But, so thank you for a little chat and the 7 trees, and I'll be on the frequency.
Okay, 7-3. You take care, and I wish you a great evening. Both of you have a good evening. Go ahead there, Paul.
Yeah, calling the British Columbia Public Service Net. Good evening. Net control tonight is Victor Alpha 7, X-Ray, Quebec. My name is Paul, and I am located, today I'm located in Coquitlam. I am using the facilities of Victor Echo 7 Sierra Charlie Charlie, which is the club station for Coquitlam. That's why my signal is much better than it was. Anyway, this net meets daily at 0130 UTC on 3729 kilohertz as a public service. This is a directed net, and all stations are welcome. We ask that you please check in when your area is called. CW stations are asked to offset downward 700 hertz to give us a clear tone on lower sideband. Please do not interrupt the net except for an emergency, to contact a recent check-in, or to correct an error. As well, to save time, please use standard phonetics. Before beginning our regular net activities, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Okay, do we have any liaison stations from the BC Emergency Net, the BC Northern Net, EMBC, or the BC Yukon Traffic Net?
Victor Echo 7, Whiskey Juliet.
Victor Echo 7, Whiskey Juliet. Good evening, Al. You're 25 over S9 here.
Yeah, good evening, Paul. I have no traffic from the BC Yukon Section Traffic Net. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. And BC Emergency Net, are you there, Stu? Okay, can somebody help me pick up the CW there? Go ahead, Stu.
VA7QI.
Thanks very much, Stu. Good evening to you there, and it's Victor Alpha 7 Quebec Bravo with no traffic from the BCEN, which takes place after this net and on 3652. 7 o'clock local time, year-round. Back to you there, Paul.
Okay, thank you very much, Todd, and thanks, Stu. I have you in the log here, and appreciate the report. Any other liaison stations? Okay, we'll put a plug in for the Northern Net. They will have their net starting after this net at, I think they start taking early check-ins around 0230 UTC. They're on a frequency of 3775 kilohertz, and they do that net on Wednesday evenings and Sunday evenings. So if you want to go up and visit them after this net, go on up. As well, we don't ever actually get anybody from EMBC coming in, but I do know they have their net check-ins on Wednesdays on 3735 kilohertz, which I think is about 7 p.m. local time.
It's 1745.
Oh, I'm stand corrected, 1745. Thanks very much, Eric.
Oh, correction myself on myself. Sorry, 1845. 1845.
Oh, okay, 1845. Okay, I think we've nailed it down now. So, all right, relay stations. I hear Eric, Victor Alpha 7, Quebec, India, with me, and you're up until the top of the hour.
Yeah, Roger, and it's 1.1 degrees at the moment here.
Okay, thank you very much. And anybody else for relays?
Yeah, I'll give it a try. See if I can help at all. Victor Echo 7 Golf Pro Oscar.
Okay, thanks very much, Todd. I'll grab you there if we need you. Anybody else aboard?
KL7QK. Hi, Paul. And boy, Todd, you and Eric are really loud. So are you, Paul. 40 over. KL7QK, I'll be here.
Well, thank you very much, Ned. KL7QK. Always good to have you aboard there. Yes, I have. I'm thinking that I'm probably going to get maybe a few more check-ins tonight than I normally do. Last time I did this from the Coquitlam club station, I had 1/3 more check-ins than I usually do on a Sunday evening. So anyway, obviously the larger signal gets more attention. So. Anyway, thank you very much. Anybody else relays? Do we have any, check-ins from mobile or portable stations only? Eric, could you pick up the CW, please?
Yeah, go ahead, CW.
Hey, Bob?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. VE7 Zulu November. Good evening, Bob. And you're 589 on Quadro Island. Back to you, Paul.
Okay, thanks very much, Eric. Victor Echo 7 Zulu November. Good evening to you, Bob. Thank you very much for your check-in on CW there. Do we have anybody else, mobile or portable check-ins only? We'll also take CW and QRP check-ins. Victor Echo 7 Hotel Delta Quebec, I will put you on the list. Any other mobile portable check-ins only? Alrighty, do we have anything from RAC tonight, Eric?
Negative. But I think there was somebody in there trying to check in, Paul.
Okay, was there a mobile or portable station trying to get in? You're pretty late. You want to try it again?
It was Dave.
Who is Dave?
That was Dave. He checked in once and he checked in a second time. VE7FY.
Oh, okay. No, I already got him down there. So, good evening, Peter. VE7FY. Are you station-to-station call?
Yeah, I will when the time comes.
Alrighty. Okay, anything from RAC there, Eric?
Nothing new.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any other announcements this evening? Any stations holding health and welfare bulletins or any reports of silent keys? I think that's just some noise somewhere else on the or up the band there. Okay, hearing nothing, we're going to start the roll call this evening, which as always, as a Sunday, we start in the north. But first, we're going to check in from, or get we'll take check-ins from those wishing to make a station-to-station call. Go ahead, Peter.
Yeah, VE7FY. VE7 Bravo Fox Mike, you on, Ron? VE7FY. VE7 Bravo Fox Mike, VE7FY. He's not on right now. Thanks. I'm going to go up the band. Thanks, Paul.
Okay, very good. Anybody else station-to-station call? Okay, without further ado, let's go to Barrier Burns Lake and Grand Isle.
Victor Alpha 7, Quebec Alpha Delta.
Victor Alpha 7, Quebec Alpha Delta. Good evening, Rob. Haven't heard you for a bit. How are you?
Oh, I'm feeling better than what I was a week ago. No traffic, about zero up here and overcast.
Okie dokie. Well, zero is better than I think what it normally is in your in your neck of the woods there. So, actually, yes, I forgot. I've got to make a little bit of announcements here. Yeah, I forgot to mention that we are actually streaming this event this evening. If you want to go to YouTube, we're live streaming the net tonight from the Coquitlam Club. If you go to YouTube and type in BC Public Service Net and today's date, January 26, you can watch the proceedings if you so desire. And if you want to listen to what your check-in sounds like, or what your signal strength sounds like, what your audio sounds like, it's a good way to check that. So, anyway, So if you want to pop in there, have a look.
Okay, I'll have to do it next week. I don't have a computer here right now. So, thank you. Have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you next week.
Okay, thanks very much, Rob. Appreciate you coming in. Anybody else up in Barrier Burns Lake and Grand Isle? Clearwater.
Victor Echo 7, Kilowatt Golf Echo.
Victor Echo 7 Kilowatt Golf Echo. The name escapes me. Can you go with the handle?
Yeah, okay. It's Doug, and I have no traffic here. 30 over.
Yeah, very good. Thanks very much. And you are in Clearwater?
I'm in Clearwater.
Very good. Okay, well, thanks very much, Doug. Appreciate you coming by. Anybody else in Clearwater? Dawson Creek and Tumbler Ridge.
Germany, Zulu.
Oh, I stepped on somebody. Victor Echo something Germany Zulu. Was that the full call?
Yeah, V7GZ. Sorry I'm late here. V7GZ. Cure you. Good night.
Yeah, no problem there, Fern. We got you in there. So, okay. Anybody else? Dawson Creek, Tumbler Ridge. Fort Nelson and Fort St. John. Hagensburg and Kitimat.
Victor Echo 7, Lima, November.
Victor Echo 7, Lima, November. Good evening, Al. Any traffic?
Good evening, Paul. No traffic, thank you.
Okay, very good. You got a 10 over S9 signal down to the lower mainland here. You're sounding good. Anybody else? Hagensburg and Kitimat. Mackenzie and McLeod Lake. Any of the mile houses? Horse Lake, Lone Butte.
Victor Echo 7, Bravo Tango Echo.
Victor Echo 7, Bravo Tango Echo. Good evening, Butch. How are you tonight?
Oh, good evening, Paul. I'm doing pretty good. I'm glad you mentioned that you're streaming tonight, because, I haven't, wasn't on, so I'm going to go there and check my audio. Thanks, Paul. 7-3.
Okay, very good. Thanks very much, Butch. Have a good evening. We're still looking for the mile houses, Horse Lake and Lone Butte. Prince George. Prince Rupert and Haida Gwaii.
Victor Echo 7, Papa Lima Alpha.
Victor Echo 7, Papa Lima Alpha. Sounding good tonight there, Al. Any traffic?
Good evening, Paul. No traffic from Haida Gwaii tonight, thank you.
Wow, you were 10 over S9, peaking up to or 20 over S9. So the band is in dandy shape tonight. Alrighty, anybody else? Prince Rupert, Haida Gwaii. Cornell and Smithers.
Victor Echo 7, Whiskey November Kilo.
Victor Echo 7, Whiskey November Kilo. Good evening, Bob. Any traffic for the net?
And a fine good evening. No traffic from my station tonight. Thank you.
Okay, very good. You're 10 over S9 down here as well. Anybody else? Cornell. Smithers, Stewart, and Terrace.
Victor Echo 7, Victor Charlie Kilo.
Okay, we've got an annoying tone on there. There was a call sign. I couldn't quite grab it. You want to try it again?
Victor Echo 7, Victor Charlie Kilo.
Yeah, I got Victor Echo 7, Victor Charlie Kilo. Good evening. I don't think I've had you check in before. What's the handle?
Good evening. I have checked in a few times before. It's Aiden here. Aiden, Alpha India Delta Echo November. Aiden, and I'm in Terrace, BC. I don't usually check in, but I heard you on, so I decided to pop in.
Okay, very good. Well, yes, I don't think I've had you on a Sunday evening before, so welcome, Aiden. We're here, the BC Net's here every night at starting at 0130 UTC on this frequency of 3729 kilohertz, so feel free to come on by. We're streaming on live or on YouTube tonight, so if you'd like to check your signal strength and what it sounds like, you can go on to YouTube, and if you punch in BC Public Service Net and the date today, January 26, you'll bring up the stream, and there's about a 25-second lag time, but you can just go back and listen to the portion of the broadcast that has your check-in on it.
QSL, I'll definitely go do that. Well, you're 20 over here in my station, and just sending 100 watts of BCPSN here. So, alright, I'll say 73, and thanks for being there.
Yeah, no, thanks very much for coming in. You're about S8, maybe touching S9, so your 100 watts is doing fine there.
Thank you, and 73.
Yeah, 7.3 to you as well. Okay, we're still looking for Smithers, Stewart, and Terrace. Vanderhoof and Williams Lake.
Victor Alpha 7, Romeo Charlie out of order.
Victor Alpha 7, Romeo Charlie out of order. Go right ahead.
Yeah, you might as well check in Victor Alpha 7, Kilo, Oscar, Quebec also, and no traffic from the station.
Okay, very good. Thanks very much for coming in. We'll take you early there, no problem. We are still looking for Vanderhoof and Williams Lake. Going north of the 60th degrees parallel, anybody in the Yukon, Northwest Territories, or Alaska? Alrighty, that is the bottom of the roll for the northern section. Do we have anybody late or missed for their check-in for the northern section, BCNet? Okay, maybe let's have the relays see if they can drum up some business here. Victor Alpha 7, Quebec, India. Eric, if you would like to call the northern section and throw it over to Todd, see if he can do anything there. And then, Todd, if you could throw it to Ned.
Ready?
Roger, this is Victor Alpha 7, Quebec, India, relaying for the BC Public Service Net. We are looking for the northern section. Call now. Northern section for the BC Public Service Net. Pretty quiet up that way. B7GBO, BA7QI.
Okay, thanks for that, Eric. I don't know if we can have any luck here, but I'll give it a try. Any stations in the northern section of BC for the BC Public Service Net? Last call to station. Anyone from the northern section BC Net? Nothing heard. Over to you. Go ahead there, Ned.
Thank you, Todd. Scale 7 Quebec Kilo, relaying for the BC Public Service Net. Have we missed anybody in the northern section? Call now.
I failed to mention I'll be back in about 3.
Yeah, sounds good, Todd. Any other stations in the northern section that we missed? KL7QK for the BC Net. CA7 X-Ray Quebec, KL7QK, nothing heard.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. Appreciate the assist there. Okay, this is Victor Alpha 7 X-Ray Quebec at the controls of Victor Echo 7 Sierra Charlie Charlie. My name is Paul, and I am the net control this evening for the British Columbia Public Service Net. Before we move along, we'll just once more mention that the net tonight is actually being live streamed on YouTube. So if you would like to have a look and listen to what your check-in sounds like, check your signal strength and that kind of thing, then if you go to YouTube and type in BC Public Service Net with today's date, January 26th, and you can have a listen to that. Okay, before we move along, anybody would like to make a station-to-station call? Do we have any mobile or portable check-ins only? Okay, Eric, could you pick up a CW for me, please?
Yeah, Roger, the CW station, go ahead. Yeah, E7 Bravo Echo Hotel, good evening. And QRU noted, and you're 599 on Quadra Island. Thank you, Paul.
Okay, thanks very much. Yeah, Glenn, you're S9 Plus here in Coquitlam. And Eric, you're like 30 over S9, peaking to 40 over S9 at times. So you're really booming in here tonight. Okay, let's move along. We'll go to the top of the roll for the eastern section. We're looking for check-ins from Armstrong and Ashcroft. Castlegar. Cranbrook, Kimberley, and Invermere.
Victor Echo 7, India Echo Mike.
Victor Echo 7, India Echo Mike. Good evening, Mark. Anything from the trenches of the southern Rocky Mountains?
No, beautiful day out there, and may you all be living the dream, lapping the cream, and grinning like the proverbial Cheshire cat. 7-3
Okay, thanks very much, Mark. Appreciate you coming in. We are going back. Anybody in Castlegar? Cranbrook, Kimberley, and Invermere.
Alpha 7, Victor Echo.
Yeah, you got a Victor Echo 7, Victor Echo. Can you fill the call?
Victor Alpha 7, Echo Bravo.
Oh, Victor Alpha 7, Victor Echo Bravo. Good evening. Any traffic? Oh, you kind of lost something there. Was there any traffic?
No traffic.
No traffic noted. Okay, thanks very much for your check-in. Anybody else? Cranbrook, Kimberley, and Invermere. Creston. Enderby and Falkland. Grand Forks and Christina Lake.
Victor Alpha 7, Foxtrot, Lima Hotel.
Victor Alpha 7, Foxtrot, Lima Hotel. I know you've checked in here before, but I can't remember the name. What's the handle?
Yeah, the name is Darren, Delta Alpha, Romeo India November. I'm here in Christina Lake, and just wanted to wish everybody a good evening and no further traffic for the net. You're coming in here at 20 over.
Okay, very good. Thanks very much, Darren, for your check-in from Christina Lake there. You're coming in 10 over S9, so you got a good signal from your QTH as well.
Thank you, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Okay, anybody else? Grand Forks, Christina Lake. Kamloops and Lillooet.
Victor Echo 7, Uniform Charlie.
Victor Echo 7, Uniform Charlie, 15 over S9. Jack, any traffic?
Yeah, you're 30 over here in Kamloops, and we're QRU.
Yeah, QRU, thanks very much. Appreciate you coming in. Anybody else? Kamloops and Lillooet.
Victor Echo 7, Echo Mike.
Victor Echo 7, Echo Mike. Good evening, Gary. How are you?
Very good, Paul. I have no traffic. 7-3.
Okay, 7-3. Thanks for coming in. Anybody else? Kamloops and Lillooet.
Victor Echo 7, Bravo Papa Sierra.
Victor Echo 7, Bravo Papa Sierra, number 3 of 4. How are you, John?
Pretty good, Paul. Hope you are as well. Watching you on YouTube. Looks pretty good. No traffic for the net, Paul. 7-3. Enjoy the net.
Okay, thanks very much. Always appreciate you coming in there, John. And do we have Ken with us?
Victor Alpha 7, Kilo Echo Oscar.
Victor Alpha 7, Kilo Echo Oscar. I knew you wouldn't disappoint any traffic tonight.
I wouldn't disappoint, Paul. I have no traffic from my station in Lillooet, 73 to all on the net.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much for your check-in from Lillooet. Just before we move on, we usually only have those 4, but just in the event, do we have anybody else, Kamloops and Lillooet? Okay, Kelowna, West Kelowna, and the Lake Country. Logan Lake and Merritt.
Victor Echo 7, Charlie Whiskey Tango.
Victor Echo 7, Charlie Whiskey Tango. How are you tonight there, Doug?
Doing very well, doing very well. Your signal to me is like 20 over S9. The band is in certainly great condition. And I have no traffic.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, you got a good signal down here as well. You're about 10 over S9. So the band is in delicious condition tonight. So thanks for coming in there, Doug. Anybody else? Logan Lake and Merritt. Nelson.
Victor Echo 7, Tango Echo Bravo.
Victor Echo 7, Tango Echo Bravo. Good evening, Terry. Any traffic for the net?
Good evening, Paul. I have no traffic, but I do have a silent key.
Oh, okay. Stand by one. I'm just going to grab a piece of paper here. Okay, could you go ahead with the information on the silent key? Actually, stand by one. Victor Echo 7 Golf Bravo Oscar. Are you standing by there? He said he was going away for a moment. So anyway, go ahead, Terry, with the info on the silent key.
Yeah, the silent key is Victor Echo 7 Yankee November. Rudy Martini from Castlegar, passed January 21st at 92 years of age.
Okay, thank you for the information. Victor Echo 7 Yankee November, Rudy Martini passed away on January 21st at the age of 92. The BC Public Service Net is going to take a moment and observe a minute of silence in memory of Rudy Martini, Victor Echo 7 Yankee November, who is a silent key on January 21st. Okay, the British Columbia Public Service Net has just observed a minute of silence in memory of Victor Echo 7 Yankee November, Rudy Martini, who became a silent key on January 21st at the age of 92. Thank you very much to Victor Echo 7 or Victor Alpha 7 Tango Echo Bravo Terry for passing that information on. Our condolences to Rudy's family and friends. Okay, let's move on to Nelson.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, I took a silent key report while you were gone there. I'll leave it, or I'll relay it to you after the net.
Yeah, I did all. You did. I'm trying again. I did get all the details. I wrote them down, and I just got back just before when you were announcing the silent key there. Yeah, I was amazed. I couldn't believe it. Victor Echo 7 Yankee November. I haven't known Rudy for a long time there. Okay, thanks very much for that.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Todd. Okay, BC Public Service Net. We're still looking for check-ins from Nelson.
Victor Echo 7 Lima Echo Lima.
Victor Echo 7 Lima Echo Lima. Good evening. Any traffic for the net?
No traffic. Just checking in out of respect for Rudy.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate your check-in in memory of Rudy. Do we have any further check-ins for the BC Public Service Net from Nelson? Oliver Soyuz in Karamias.
Victor Echo 7 Alpha Papa Lima.
Okay, we got two of you in there, but we'll pick up Al first. Victor Echo 7 Alpha Papa Lima. Any traffic for the net?
No, we're QRU. Your signal is excellent tonight. Well, everyone seems better than normal. You're hitting 30 and even touching on 40 over 9 in Karamia.
Yes, the band conditions are superb this evening. You're about 15 over S9 down to the Lower Mainland, so your station's doing very well as well. So, anyway, thanks, Al, for coming in. Anything further?
No, we're QRU. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, QRU. There was another station underneath Al. You want to try it again?
Yeah, B7 X-ray Golf. Second in Paul, and we have nothing for the net. And say hi to
Okay, thanks very much, Jerry. I'm sure he got the greetings there, so thanks for your check-in. Anybody else? Oliver Soyuz in Karamias.
Both in Karamias.
Sorry, there was another station, Karamias. Go ahead. Okay, we'll carry on here. Penticton, Peachland, and Naramata.
Victor Echo 7 and Lima, Juliet Mike.
Victor Echo 7, Lima, Juliet Mike, 20 over S9 down here, Cliff. Any traffic for us?
Thanks for the report. Yeah, you're a good solid. In fact, you're peaking to 30. Great audio, by the way. And no traffic here in Naramata. So I'll pass it back to Net and 73.
Yeah, thanks very much, Cliff. 7-3 to you as well. Anybody else? Penticton, Peachland, and Naramata. Revelstoke.
Victor Echo 7, Lima, Juliet Lima.
Victor Echo 7, Lima, Juliet Lima. Good evening, Larry. How are you?
Pretty good. No traffic from Revelstoke tonight.
Okay, nothing from Revelstoke. Do we have anybody else up in Revelstoke? How about Rossland Trail and Fruitvale? Salmo, Slocan, Edgewood, and Nakusp. Salmon Arm, Sycamoose, Blind Bay, Chase.
Victor Echo 7, Romeo Zulu Zulu.
Victor Echo 7, Romeo Zulu Zulu. Good evening. Any traffic for the net?
Good evening. No traffic. You're 40 over into Salmon Arm.
Oh, very good. Thank you very much. I don't recall the name. What's the handle there?
Peter.
Okay, thanks very much, Peter. Appreciate you checking. You're about 20 over S9 down here in Coquitlam. Anybody else? Salmon Arm, Sycamoose, Blind Bay, and Chase. Summerland. Vernon and Lumbee. Alrighty, that is the end of the roll for the Eastern Section. Do we have anybody late or missed for their check-in Eastern Section, BCNet?
Victor Echo 7 Alpha, Oscar Alpha.
Okay, Victor Echo 7 Alpha, Foxtrot Alpha. Go ahead, any traffic?
Yeah, Alpha, Oscar Alpha.
Negative. Victor Echo 7 Alpha, Oscar Alpha.
Okay, thank you very much, Victor Echo 7 Alpha, Oscar Alpha. Any traffic?
Negative. No traffic from Creston this evening.
Okay, no traffic from Creston. Thanks very much. Anybody else late or missed Eastern Section?
Victor Echo 7, Papa Bravo Foxtrot.
Victor Echo 7, Papa Bravo Foxtrot. Good evening, Frank. Anything for us?
Good evening, Paul. I have no traffic for the net. 7-3.
Nothing for the net is fine. Thanks for coming in. Let's throw it over to the relay station, see if they can drum up some action here. Eric, Victor Alpha 7, Quebec, India. If you could call the Eastern Section for me, and then let Todd have a go, and we'll let Ned do the cleanup.
All right, well, I can drum up some action. Not always the good part though. Anyway, any station from the northern section for the BC Public Service Net. Correction, the eastern section. Any station from the eastern section. Nope, nobody. It's time for me to run. Kitchen is getting me a little distracted here. So I will say 7-3 to all from Victor Alpha 7, Quebec, India.
Thank you very much, Eric.
Yeah, thanks, Eric.
Over to you, Todd.
Okay, any stations from the Eastern Section BC Public Service Net? Any stations Eastern Section BC Public Service Net?
Victor Echo 6, Mike Juliet Foxtrot.
Okay, very east. Victor Echo 6 from Mike Juliet Foxtrot. Good afternoon, Jim. Or good evening, Jim.
Good evening, Todd. The conditions are much better tonight. You missed me for the last few days. Couldn't hear you. Okay, that's the report. 7-3, you have a good night.
And you also have a fine evening. Thanks very much for that. You have a fine evening here, Jim. Great to hear you as well. Thanks, Victor Echo 6, Mike Juliet Foxtrot. Any further stations in eastern British Columbia for the BC Public Service Net? Who do I hand this to? I missed track there. Sorry, Paul.
You pass it to KL7QK, Ned.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ned. I'm sorry, KL7QK. Go ahead there, Ned.
Not a problem, Todd. KL7 Quebec Kilo for the BC Public Service Net. Looking for anybody we missed in the eastern section. Please call. Any stations later missed. Eastern section, BC Net, KL7QK for relay. No takers. Back to you, Paul, VA7XQ, KL7QK.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Alrighty, British Columbia Public Service Net. We're now going to move east of the Rocky Mountains. Actually, just before we do we have any mobile or portable check-ins, CW or QRP?
Victor Echo 7, Bravo, Foxtrot Mike.
Victor Echo 7, Bravo, Foxtrot Mike. Good evening, Ron. Any traffic for the net?
Yeah, no traffic there, Paul. I guess I should have said portable as well. And I've got Jennifer here, Victor Alpha 7, Bravo, Foxtrot Mike.
Okay, very good. Please say hello to Jen for me, and hope she had a good trip out to the prairies there, and had a good practice. So, all right, thanks very much for coming in, guys. Thanks for the twofer.
Fine business, 73 to ball on that.
Okay, thanks. Peter was in earlier, was looking for you, said he was going up the band if you want to have a look for him.
Will do, thanks. We'll talk to you everybody later.
Okay, sounds good. Anybody else, mobile or portable only? Okay, Todd, could you pick up the CW for me, please?
Yeah, the CW station, go ahead. There's a bit of a warbling signal that almost sounded like Golf something hotel. Go again?
Golf Delta Hotel.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, thanks very much, Keith. Victor Echo 7 Golf Delta Hotel. Good evening to you there. Yeah, the Delta, I missed the Delta on there, I guess. I had a bit of a noise over this way, too. It doesn't help. Thanks, Keith. Good evening to you. I'm giving you to Michael. And did back. Echo 7 Golf Delta Hotel.
Okay, thanks very much. Thanks for coming in there, Keith, on CW and dip back. Alrighty, let's go to Alberta and east of the Rocky Mountains. We have anybody for check-in? Come on in.
VE6 Delta Whiskey Delta.
VE6 Delta Whiskey Delta. Good evening, Wayne. How are you?
Good evening, Paul. I'm not doing too bad. I hope you are as well. And I have no traffic, sir, from Water Valley. Hide all on your net, 7-3.
Oh, great. Thanks very much. Always appreciate you coming by from Alberta. Anybody else over the Rockies, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and east for the British Columbia Public Service Net?
Victor Echo 4, Hotel Echo.
Okay, Victor Echo 4, Hotel Echo first. Go ahead.
Gordon, Winnipeg, I have no traffic. Thanks for doing that, over.
Okay, very good. Thanks, Gord. You've got a S9 signal into the lower mainland, so your station's doing great there. Okay, there was a Victor Echo 6 station underneath Gord. You want to try it again? Okay, couldn't quite get him. Anybody else able to pick him up?
Yeah, Golf Papa Tango.
Victor Echo 6 Golf Juliet.
No, Golf Papa Tango was the one I heard.
Oh, Golf Papa Tango. Good evening, sir. I had that little bit long. Sorry, Guile.
Yeah, Mike 3
VE6 Golf Papa Tango. Any traffic, sir?
Other people. I can hear you, not bad, but my signal, I don't know, for some reason, is not very good.
Hey, Sherry.
Anyways, it's Victor Echo 6 Golf Papa Tango.
We got you. Back to you, Paul.
Okay, thanks very much, VE6 Golf Papa Tango. Got you in the log. Thank you for your check-in. Anybody else over the Rockies for the BC Net?
VE5 Bravo Whiskey Sierra.
VE5 Bravo Whiskey Sierra. Good evening, Blair. Any traffic?
Good evening to everyone. Nice signal into Stowaway. Also, please check in Jim, VE5 Juliet November.
both in no traffic. Not a bad evening. I finally got out for a fairly decent walk there and enjoying the little milder weather. Everyone have a good week coming up. Over.
Yes, very good. Sounds like most of Western Canada had pretty nice weather over the last day or two, so it was beautiful out here on the coast as well, and glad you and Jen were able to get a nice walk in. So I also have Victor Echo 5, Juliet Echo November in the log, and as always, thank you guys very much for the twofer.
Roger, thank you for taking this, and for the call to next 7-3, over.
Yeah, 7-3.
Yeah, great signal there.
Okay, we're still looking for east of the Rocky Mountains for the BC Public Service Net.
Victor Echo 6, November Kilo Yankee.
Victor Echo 6, November Kilo Yankee. Good evening, Nikki. Do you have any traffic for the net?
Good evening. I have no traffic, and hope everyone has a good night. 73.
Yeah, thanks very much for coming in. 7-3 to you as well. Anybody else? Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and east. Okay, I think I had Victor Alpha 6 Uniform Victor. Is that correct on the call? Victor Alpha 6 Uniform Victor, go ahead. Okay, I don't hear him coming back there. BC Public Service Net, we're still looking for check-ins from east of the Rocky Mountains. All right, I'm not making that one out. Anybody else able to pick them up?
Somebody has a relay.
You have VE6 Mike Tango in there, over.
Okay, VE6 Mike Tango is in there, and who's the relay?
VE5 Bravo Whiskey Sheriff.
Okay, thanks very much, Blair. Did you hear VA6 Uniform Victor by any chance?
No, I didn't. I'll listen close there. As you make a call again, I'll turn the volume up, over.
Yeah, sure will. Was there a Victor Alpha 6 Uniform Victor trying to check into the BC net? Okay, I'm not hearing anything there, so possibly a figment of my imagination. Anyway, let's carry on. Anybody else? Alberta and east for the BC net. Okay, I'm not hearing anything else there. Todd, you want to give her a go and then throw it over to Ned, please?
Yeah, I shall do. Any stations, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and east for the BC Public Service Net, 6s, 5s, 4s, and 3s. Any station, 6s, 5s, 4s, or 3s. Nothing heard. Over to you, Ned.
Thank you very much, Todd. KL7 Quebec Kilo. First of all, I'd like to thank Blair for getting me into the Saskatchewan net earlier, and hi to Jen if you're listening, Blair. KL7 Quebec Kilo looking for any station east of the Rockies, 6, 5, 4s, 3s, and so forth. KL7QK for relay. One more call, any stations east of the Rockies, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and points east for the BC net. KL7QK. Nothing heard. Back to you there, Paul.
Okay, thanks very much. I'm using a foot switch tonight, and which I haven't used for many moons. I was a dispatcher once upon a time and used a foot switch, and I think I had the same problem with losing it under the table from time to time. So anyway, I think I'm all back on track here. This is Victor Alpha 7 X-Ray Quebec. My name is Paul. I am at the controls of Victor Echo 7 Sierra Charlie Charlie, the Coquitlam Club station, and thank them very much for their hospitality here. We are streaming live on the YouTube. If you'd like to go to YouTube and punch in BC Public Service Net and today's date, January 26th, and you can watch the proceedings if you'd like, or check out your signal and how your station sounds when you check in. Alrighty, before we go to the south, do we have any mobile or portable check-ins? Any station-to-station calls? Okay, let's go to the southern west or southwest Lower Mainland section here with Abbotsford.
Victor Echo 7, November Oscar Whiskey.
Victor Echo 7, November Oscar Whiskey. You're 10 over S9 there, Ken. Any traffic?
Yeah, you're 20 over here. No traffic. Thank you.
Okay, thanks very much. Have a great evening. Anybody else in Abbotsford?
Victor Echo 7, Charlie November Zulu.
Victor Echo 7, Charlie November Zulu. Good evening, Bill.
Yeah, good evening. Oh, we have no traffic for the net tonight. Thank you.
Yeah, 7-3 to you as well. You're also 10 over S9. Anybody else in Abbotsford?
Victor Echo 7, India Echo Foxtrot.
Okay, Victor Echo 7, India Echo Foxtrot. The name escapes me. What's the handle again?
Yeah, name here is Stan Sierra Tango Alpha November, over.
Okay, very good. Yes, now it comes back to me, Stan. Do you have any traffic for us?
No traffic. Yeah, very good evening.
Yes, thank you very much for coming in. Appreciate that.
Break.
Go ahead with the break.
This is Victor Alpha 7 Oscar Kilo. Can I get a quick in and out?
Yeah, Victor Alpha 7 Oscar Kilo. Go ahead there, Dave. Any traffic?
No traffic, Paul, and thank you for letting me in.
No problem at all. Okay, thanks very much. We're still down, we're still back in Abbotsford. Anybody with some traffic there?
V7, Papa Charlie Alpha.
That would be pork chops and applesauce. Good evening, Paul. Anything from yourself or Stu?
Nothing for me or Stu. He's right behind me, and you're 40 over. Holy smokes.
Yes, it's amazing what a little power can do for the ego as well. So anyway, thanks, Paul. You're actually peaking 20 over S9 as well, so your station's doing very well. And please give us a tip of the hat to Stu there as well.
Yeah, it's Stu's radio, so he's all smiles now. Thanks a lot.
Okay, very good. He should be proud. He should be proud. So anyway, thanks very much. Anybody else in Abbotsford? Burnaby.
Victor Echo 7, Uniform Romeo November.
Good evening, Bruce. How are you?
Yeah, good evening, Paul, and all on board. Well, we're doing fine. Beautiful weather, good signal from Quitlam Club Station there, only about 35 to 40 over, and good audio. What more could you ask for? Pretty good evening here, but no traffic for you, Paul.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much, Bruce. Yes, you're peaking 10 or 20 over, so you're doing well across the municipalities here. So yes, I was saying earlier that it's kind of like when you've been flying a Cessna for a while, and then somebody puts you in the cockpit of well, not exactly a 737, but something more like a Beechcraft twin engine or something. So it's feeling like I'm got a lot more juice behind the station tonight.
Yeah, that's very good. Hope you enjoy the moment there.
Yes, indeed I am. Okay, anybody else in Burnaby? Chilliwack and Sardis.
Victor Echo 7 India Foxtrot Delta.
Victor Echo 7 India Foxtrot Delta. Good evening, David. Any traffic?
Good evening, Paul. No traffic from Chilliwack. Thank you.
Okay, nothing from Chilliwack. Anybody else? Chilliwack and Sardis.
Victor Echo 7 India Golf Alpha.
Victor Echo 7 India Golf Alpha. Oh, geez, I can't quite remember the name. What's the handle?
Handle here is Howard Hotel Oscar Whiskey Alpha Romeo Delta QSL.
QSL. Thanks very much, Howard. And I've got you checked in. Do you have any traffic?
No traffic from Chilliwack.
Nothing from Chilliwack is just fine. Thanks for coming by. Anybody else? Chilliwack and Sardis.
Victor Echo 7 India Hotel.
Victor Echo 7 India Hotel. Good evening, Rand. Any traffic for us?
Good evening, Paul. No traffic, and just passing through here. Thank you.
Oh, just passing through is fine. Thank you very much for coming by. Anybody else? Chilliwack and Sardis. Coquitlam, Port Coquitlam, and Port Moody.
Victor Alpha 7, Romeo Lima Whiskey.
Victor Alpha 7, Romeo Lima Whiskey. Good evening, Richard. How are you?
Oh, thank you very much for remembering my name, etc. I'm doing very well. No traffic tonight. Thanks very much for doing the net, sir.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Anybody else? Coquitlam, Port Coquitlam, and Port Moody. Delta Ladner and Tsawwassen. Todd, could you pick that CW up?
I certainly can. Yeah, Victor Echo 7, Bravo Delta, Quebec. Good evening there, John. You take care of 7-3 there. Very good evening there, John. Victor Alpha 7, the Bravo Delta, Quebec. Thanks very much for checking in. You have a fine evening. 7-3. Back to you there, Paul.
Okay, thanks very much. Appreciate your check-in on CW there, John. We got you in the log. Victor Echo 7, Bravo Delta, Quebec. Excuse me. Anybody else? Delta, Ladner, and Tsawwassen. Hope in Princeton. Langley, Fort Langley, and Aldergrove.
Victor Alpha 7, X-ray Foxtrot Mike +1.
Victor Alpha 7, X-ray Foxtrot Mike +1. Good evening, Kent. How are you?
Good evening. I'm very well, and you looking very good. Very nice captain chair there, and you're doing an excellent job. Otherwise, no traffic from, former Sunny Langley, now it's dark here, and here is Rena.
Good evening, Paul. It's Victor Echo 7, Romeo November Kilo. Yeah, like Ken says, looking good there. Man, the Coquitlam Club, kudos to them for such a wonderful setup. Anyways, I have no traffic. 7-3 to everyone on frequency.
Okay, thanks very much, Rena. Victor Echo 7, Romeo November Kilo. We have you in the log as well, and always good to hear you guys, and always appreciate the 2-for-1 there. So you guys have a great evening. Yeah, go ahead, Todd.
Yeah, anyway, I was going to mention, by the way, what he sent there, I forgot to mention that. It's Victor Echo 7, Bravo Delta, Quebec. I made the mistake. I did a boo-boo. Sorry about that, John.
Okay, no problem. I've corrected it, and we have it in the log. Thanks.
Okay, thanks very much for that. Anyway, back to you there, Paul.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Langley, Fort Langley, and Aldergrove. Maple Ridge and Pitt Meadows.
Victor Echo 7, Charlie Mike Tango.
Victor Echo 7, Charlie Mike Tango. Good evening. Any traffic?
No traffic at all.
Okay, thank you. Can I ask the name? I forgot the name.
Ken, Kilo Echo November.
Is this, it's not Ken from Quesnel, is it?
I think so, yeah. I just used my other call sign.
Well, if you're in Maple Ridge, that makes sense, so. Good evening, Ken. Good to hear you, and good to hear you trotting out the old call sign there, Victor Echo 7, Charlie Mike Tango.
Roger, roger. Hey, I got my license while I was in Maple Ridge, so that's why I sometimes come back there.
Yes, I know that, and actually there's a whole series of Charlie Mike call signs that were issued to some of the older folks in the Maple Ridge Club back in the, dare we say, the 1970s. So anyway, I did recognize one of the one of the earlier folks there. So anyway, thanks very much, Ken. Appreciate you checking.
No problem. Have a good evening.
Yeah, you too. Anybody else? Maple Ridge and Pitt Meadows.
Paul.
Sorry, there was a light station, but go ahead, Todd.
I was was going to comment. Yeah, by the way, Charlie Mike Romeo is another one, the club station in Maple Ridge, and yeah, Charlie Mike India Leslie, another Charlie Mike station.
Yep. Leslie actually took her father's call sign, and it's been in the family for quite a long time. So, anyway, thank you.
Oh, Roger, copy that.
Victor Alpha 7,
anyway, back
Sierra,
to Juliet
Tango.
Okay, Stuart, Victor Alpha 7, Sierra Juliet Tango, go ahead.
Got a skip frequency, Paul, 7-3, no traffic.
Okay, thanks very much. Going back to Maple Ridge and Pip Meadows.
Victor Echo 7, Delta Juliet.
Victor Echo 7, Delta Juliet. Good evening, Dave. How was field day?
Good evening, Paul. Field day was very cold. We camped out, but very successful. We did really well, and everyone had a great time. Very much. 7-3, no other traffic.
Okay, thanks very much. Was there ice in the root beer again?
You know what? It wasn't as cold as that time, so no, there was no ice this time, and I actually left some root beer out, and it did not freeze. It did go below zero. I think it went down to about -4, but somehow it didn't. So it certainly wasn't as cold as that night we camped out.
Yes, indeed. That was a memorable one. So anyway, glad you guys had a good time, and I'm sure we'll hear all about it at the next gathering for coffee. So. Thanks, Dave. Anybody else? Maple Ridge, Pit Meadows. Mission.
Victor Echo 7, X-Ray, Whiskey Alpha.
Victor Echo 7, X-Ray, Whiskey Alpha. Good evening, Frank. Do you have any traffic?
Yeah, good evening. I have no traffic.
Okay, no traffic noted. Thanks very much. Anybody else in Mission?
Contact.
Go ahead, contact.
Victor Alpha 7, Romeo, Juliet Papa, no traffic, Paul, 7-3, VA7RJP.
Yep, got you in there, Robert. Thank you very much, VA7RJP. Anybody else out in Mission? New Westminster. North and West Vancouver.
Victor Echo 7, Delta Bravo, Quebec.
Victor Echo 7, Delta Bravo, Quebec. Good evening, John.
Good evening, Paul, and all on that. I have no traffic.
Very good. Thanks very much for coming in. Appreciate no traffic there. Anybody else on the North Shore? Powell River and the Sunshine Coast.
Victor Echo 7, Romeo 7, Mike Juliet Sierra.
Alrighty, Michael gets the first in there. Any traffic tonight?
No, and I was just kind of chuckling, you know, that about the root beer, it probably will decrease its freezing temperature if you add vodka to it. But anyway, no traffic from my station, and a pretty good signal from you here tonight, Paul. I don't know what you did, but you're a lot stronger than you were.
Okay, what I did was actually come to Coquitlam and use the club station there, so that's why I have way more juice behind me tonight than normal.
Yeah, well, you're close to 20 over here.
Okay, you're about 30 over S9, the last check of the dial there. So anyway, thanks very much, Michael. If maybe you're around at the end here, you can maybe just do a call in the event.
Oh, I can hang around.
Thank you very much, sir. There was a couple other stations there. Sunshine Coast, go ahead.
Victor Echo 7, Romeo Zulu India.
Victor Echo 7, Romeo Zulu India. Good evening, Bill. Any traffic?
Well, we got no traffic for you there, Paul. You have a good evening.
I will have a good evening. Thanks very much. Was there another one? Sunshine Coast, Powell River. Richmond. Surrey. Victor Echo 7 Golf Papa Romeo. You're a little on the light side, but do you have any traffic for us?
Negative. No traffic. This is my first contact on HF. I need to put up my ground plate. Thanks very much.
Okay, thanks very much for coming in. You're very light, but you are getting in here, and yeah, probably when you get a better antenna up there, you'll be going gangbusters. So anyway, welcome to High Frequency. Okay, we're still looking for Surrey. Vancouver.
Victor Echo 7, Oscar Romeo, 40 over, Paul. Big signal and some carpet tape will solve that foot switch. Over.
Okay, thank you very much, Merlin. Victor Echo 7 Ocean Radio. We have you. You're 10 over S9 out here. And appreciate the tip.
7-3.
7-3 to you. Anybody else in Vancouver? Whistler and Squamish.
Victor Echo 7, Charlie Uniform.
Victor Echo 7, Charlie Uniform. Good evening. Any traffic for the net?
Good evening, Paul. No traffic.
Okay, thanks very much. Sorry, I forget the name. What's your handle?
Name here is John. John's the name.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much, John. Appreciate you coming in. Anybody else? Whistler and Squamish. White Rock. Okay, that is the bottom of the roll for the southern section. Do we have anybody late or missed for their check-in? Southern section, BCNet.
Victor Alpha 7, Golf Charlie Delta.
Victor Alpha 7, Golf Charlie Delta. Good evening, George. Any traffic?
And no traffic. Thanks very much for the check-in.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much for coming in. Anybody else late or missed in the south for the BCNet? Okay, we're running a little behind schedule here. I think we're just going to press on and see if we have anybody in the United States of America that would like to check in for the BC Public Service Net. Come on in.
Good evening from Maple Falls. Kilo India 7, Kilo Uniform Sierra.
Okay, good evening, Mike. Kilo India 7, Kilo Uniform Sierra. Any traffic for the net?
No traffic, thank you.
Okay, thank you. You're about 15 over S9. Was there another comment in there?
Another check-in.
Oh, another check-in. Go ahead.
Yeah, Whiskey Alpha 7 Bravo Zulu India, Seattle. Paul, boy, you made it to the big time. You're 30 over 9 down here in Seattle. We are QRU.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, I'm using a big gun station tonight, so 30 over S9 in Seattle, I think is, yes, it's admirable and not entirely surprising, I suppose, with the amount of power I have behind me tonight. But sorry, just confirm your call sign and what's the name? Whiskey Alpha 7 Bravo Zulu?
Whiskey Alpha 7 Bravo Zulu India. John here in the Seattle area. And I just wondered how this radio sounds and how we're doing signal-wise up your way, over.
Yeah, well, signal-wise, you're doing great. You're 20 over S9. You sound like you're a little bit off frequency. Are you using a bit of an older rig?
Yeah, you're over and driven, John.
Sorry, you got a few people talking there. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, I think I was a little overdriven there for a minute or two. How's that sound? Better?
Yeah, sounding much better there. Thank you very much. You're sounding great.
Yeah, older FT101ZD, and I had a little hot there. I accidentally touched the amplified mic portion on it, and it was kicking up too much heat here.
Okay, no, you're sounding good now. So nice to hear that some of those old rigs are being dusted off and used regularly. So anyway, thanks very much for coming in, John. Appreciate you checking.
Yep, 73, Paul, and good night to the net.
Okay, thanks very much. Anybody else? United States of America for the BC Net.
Whiskey 7 Echo X-Ray Yankee.
Whiskey 7 Echo X-Ray Yankee. Go ahead.
Yeah, no traffic.
Okay, thanks very much. What's the name down there?
Name is Michael.
Okay, Michael, thank you very much for your check-in. Appreciate that. Anybody else in the USA for the BC Net? Okay, tuning up on the frequency is bad form. Anybody else BCNet from the USA? Okay, we are running a little overtime here, so we'll pick up the pace a bit. We'll leave the relays till the end. This is Victor Alpha 7 X-Ray Quebec. I'm at the controls of Victor Echo 7 Sierra Charlie Charlie, the Coquitlam Club Station on the Riverview grounds. And my name is Paul, and I am the net control station tonight. Anyway, just put another little note out there that if you would like to check your signal and how you're sounding when you check in, we are streaming on YouTube tonight. So if you go to YouTube and type in BC Public Service Net with today's date, January 26th, and you will see yours truly here, and you can watch the proceedings or not, and you can check your signal and how it sounds into the station. Okay, without further ado, let's see if we have any mobile or portable check-ins only. Any relays? Okay, let's go to the north end of Vancouver Island, Alert Bay, Malcolm Island, Port Alice, Port Hardy, Port McNeil, Was. Anybody on northern Vancouver Island? Oh, we're looking for the top end of Vancouver Island. Anybody northern end? Okay, let's go to Campbell River, Gold River, Quadra, and Sayward. Victor Echo 7, Whiskey Mike Uniform. Good evening, Bill. Do you have any traffic?
No traffic in the fall. 73 to all. Victor Echo 7, Whiskey Mike Uniform clear.
Okay, thanks very much for coming in. Anybody else? Campbell River, Gold River, Quadra, and Sayward.
Victor Echo 7, Lima Sierra Bravo.
Victor Echo 7, lower sideband. Good evening. Any traffic for us?
Good evening. No traffic and 7-3.
Yeah, 7-3 to you as well. Sorry, what was the name?
My name is Joe, Juliet Oscar Echo.
Okay, thanks very much, Joe. Appreciate you coming in. Anybody else? Campbell River, Gold River, Quadra, and Sayward.
Victor Echo 7, Tango Victor Romeo.
Victor Echo 7, Tango Victor Romeo. Good evening, Mike. Any traffic for the net?
Good evening, Paul. No traffic this evening. 7-3 to all.
Yeah, 7-3 to you as well. Anybody else? Campbell River and area. Comox, Courtney, and Hornby Island.
Victor Echo 7, Kilo Zulu.
Victor Echo 7, Kilo Zulu. Good evening. Can't remember the name. Any traffic?
Yeah, Paul, it's David and Courtney. No traffic.
Okay, thanks, David. I will eventually sink that one into my brain. Anybody else? Comox, Courtney, Hornby Island. Cowichan Valley in the Malahat.
Victor Echo 7, Juliet Delta Bravo.
Victor Echo 7, Juliet Delta Bravo. Good evening, John. Anything from up on the Malahat?
Very good evening, Paul. I have no traffic, thank you.
Okay, no traffic noted. Thanks very much. Anybody else? Cowichan Valley in the Malahat. Gabriel Island.
Victor Echo 7, Bravo Echo Foxtrot.
Victor Echo 7, Bravo Echo Foxtrot. Good evening, Rich. Any traffic?
A very good evening, Paul, and good evening to all on net. No traffic for net tonight.
Okay, no traffic for the net tonight. Thank you very much. Anybody else on Gabriola Island? Ladysmith and Thetis Island. Nanaimo.
BE7 Bravo Golf Papa.
BE7 Bravo Golf Papa. Good evening, Jerry. Any traffic?
No traffic. 25 or 30 over 9 into this old 101 or IC740. IC740. No traffic and back to the kitchen.
Okay, thanks very much for that report, and we'll send you back to the kitchen there. Anybody else in Nanaimo? Parksville, Qualicum and Noose.
Good evening, the 7 Farmer Brown.
Victor Echo 7, Farmer Brown. Good evening, James.
Well, you talk about Leslie, about taking her father's call sign. I could say one better than hers is the 7 Farmer Brown's been one family since 1936.
Yes, I know. That is a lot of history behind your call sign there. So I know your father, Ernie, yes, very well known in the British Columbia. Actually, I think he even had something to do with the genesis of this particular net back in the 1940s. So, yes, thank you very much, James. Appreciate you coming in.
Take care. I have no traffic.
No traffic noted. Thank you. Anybody else? Parksville, Qualicum Beach, and Noose.
V7 Oscar Echo.
VE7 Oscar Echo. Good evening. Any traffic?
No traffic, thank you.
No traffic. Thanks very much for coming in. Anybody else? Parksville, Qualicum Beach, and Noose. Port Alberni.
Victor Echo 7, Charlie Baker Lehman,
Victor Alpha 7, Victor X-ray.
Papa Quebec, no traffic.
Okay, Victor Echo 7, Charlie Bravo, Lima. Tom, I got you. And Victor Echo 7, Foxtrot, Papa Quebec. I have Loretta as well. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
And Victor Alpha 7, Victor X-ray. If you can hear me, Paul, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry for coming in out of step here, but I got to run. We'll catch you later. No traffic.
Okay, no traffic noted. Thanks for coming in. Anybody else? We are in Port Alberni.
Victor Echo 7, Sierra Alpha.
Victor Echo 7, Sierra Alpha. Good 10 over S9 signal there, Bruce. Any traffic?
Yeah, if you have no traffic, you were 30 over 9, dropped down a little bit in the last 15 or 20 minutes, but nice signal into Port Alberni. I have no traffic. Have a good evening.
Okay, thanks very much. Appreciate you coming in. Anybody else in the port?
Victor Echo 7, Golf India. Nothing tonight, my friend.
Okay, Victor Echo 7, Gulf India. I cannot recall the name. What's the handle?
Doug, Delta Oscar, Uniform Golf.
Okay, thank you very much, Doug. Appreciate you coming in. Anybody else in the port?
Victor Alpha 7, Juliet Yankee.
Victor Alpha 7, Juliet Yankee. Good evening, Jim. Anything for the net?
Oh, no, nothing tonight. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else in Port Alberni? Salt Spring, Maine, Galliano, and Pender.
Victor Alpha 7, Alpha X-ray Hotel.
Victor Alpha 7, Alpha X-ray Hotel. Good evening, Alex. Any traffic for the net?
Good evening, and no traffic from Salt Spring.
Okay, nothing from Salt Spring. Anybody else in the southern Gulf Islands? Sydney and North Saanich.
Yeah, Victor Alpha 7, Foxtrot Alpha.
Victor Alpha 7 to Foxtrot Alpha. Good evening, Frank.
Yeah, good evening. I have no traffic today. Thank you.
Okay, no traffic noted. Thank you very much. Anybody else? Sydney and North Saanich. There's a CW waiting in the wings there. You want to pick him up, Todd?
No, the CW. Go ahead. Okay, thanks very much for calling. Victor Alpha 7 Whiskey Victor with no traffic. Thanks very much for checking. You have a fine evening. Thank you, Paul.
Okay, thanks very much, Victor Alpha 7 Whiskey Victor. Colin, we have you on the log. Thanks for your check-in on CW. Anybody else? Sydney and North Saanich. Souk.
Victor Echo 7, Golf Charlie. No traffic from Souk there, Paul. 73s, and have a good evening.
Yeah, Victor Echo 7, Golf Charlie. Thanks very much, Corey, for coming in. You have a good evening as well. Anybody else in Souk? Tofino, Ucluelet in the West Coast. And Victoria and Saanich. You want to pick up the CW there, Todd?
Yeah, CW, go ahead. It sounds like was that Alpha Lima, by the way? You tied your Alpha and Lima together. I was trying to figure out what it was. But Alpha Lima, Victor Argo 7, Alpha Lima. Good evening, Pierre. Yeah, you got to put more space on your letters there, by the way. Thanks very much. Very good evening there, Pierre. Victor Argo 7, Alpha Lima with no traffic, 7-3. And it did back to you. Back to you there, Paul.
Okay, thanks very much, Victor Echo 7 Alpha Lima Pierre. We got you in the log, and thank you for your check-in on CW. You're an inspiration. I'm going to get there one of these days. We're still looking for Victoria and Saanich.
Victor Echo 7 Echo Alpha.
Victor Echo 7 Echo Alpha. Good evening. Any traffic for the net?
No traffic from Victoria, thank you.
Okay, no traffic from Victoria. Was there another station in there?
Victor Echo 7, Juliet Charlie Zulu.
Victor Echo 7, Juliet Charlie Zulu. Good evening, Jim. Any traffic?
No traffic, and Larry's still on frequency. Can he come back?
I don't hear anybody in there.
Thank you very much, guys. Victor Echo 7, Juliet Charlie Zulu has no traffic from Esquimalt.
Okay, thanks for your check-in from Esquimalt. Anybody else? Victoria and Saanich. Okay, end of the roll for the island section. Do we have anybody later missed on the island from for the BC net?
Victor Alpha 7, Mike India Alpha.
Victor Alpha 7, Mike India Alpha. Good evening, Steve. Any traffic?
Good evening, no traffic, but I'm handing the mic over to Billy.
Victor Alpha 7, Bravo Lima Yankee.
Okay, Victor Alpha 7, Bravo Lima. Victor Alpha 7, Bravo Lima Yankee. Good evening, Billy. Any traffic from your station?
Good evening, no traffic.
No traffic noted. Thanks very much for coming in. Anybody else later missed island section BCNet?
V7 Tango Oscar Mike.
V7 Tango Oscar Mike. Good evening, Tom. Any traffic?
No traffic, and also check in Zoe, V7 Zulu Whiskey Tango.
Okay, I've also got Zoe, VE7 Zulu Whiskey Tango checked in as well. Thank you very much for the twofer. Anybody else later missed on the island? Okay, Todd, maybe do a quick call for the island and throw it to Ned and then throw it back to me.
Okay, did you want to incorporate Mike in there after too?
No, I'll throw him on the end.
Roger, roger. Okay, any stations, island section, BCNet.
Victor Alpha 7, Hotel Uniform Mike.
Victor Alpha 7, Hotel Uniform Mike. Good evening, Brent.
Hi there, Todd. Hope you had a good day. It was just beautiful here. It was outside. No traffic for my station. Have a good net.
And nothing from your station. You have a great evening. Thanks very much for checking. Anyone else, island section, BCNet? Last caller station, anyone, island section, BC Public Service Net? Nothing heard. Over to you, Ned.
Thank you, Todd. Anyone we missed in the island section for the BCNet, KL7QK for relay. Thanks, you got them all. Back to you, Paul, KL7QK.
Okay, thanks very much. Appreciate the assist there. Okay, this is the British Columbia Public Service Net for this Sunday evening. My call sign is Victor Alpha 7 X-Ray Quebec, but I am at the controls of the Coquitlam Club Station. Victor Echo 7 Sierra Charlie Charlie. I appreciate the hospitality and let me use the station tonight to do the net. We're going to open things up now. We're running a little on the little overtime tonight, but we're going to put a general call out and see if we have anybody anywhere in any direction. Come on in.
Victor Echo 7, Juliet Bravo, Quebec.
Alrighty, there was a few in there, but Jason won that one. Victor Echo 7, Juliet Bravo, Quebec. How are you?
Hey, good evening there, Paul. Good to hear you. You're looking good on YouTube as well. Other than that, I got really nothing for you there, Paul. Have yourself a real good evening.
Okay, very good. Thanks very much, Jason. Always good to hear you in there. There was a couple other stations. One of you want to maybe space them out a bit and try it again?
Victor Echo 5, Kilo Charlie.
Okay, I got Victor Echo 5, Kilo Charlie. Good evening, Ken. Do you have any traffic for the net?
Good evening, Paul. Here, 5-9, beautiful signal all the way for a while. Then nothing much other than, you hear the story gets fairly mild out here, -3 this afternoon, I think we're down to maybe -8 now. It's supposed to get warmer overnight. Looks like tomorrow morning we'll be back up to 0. Crazy weather, frost hay. We're not complaining since January. Well, January's almost over, so there you go. Winter in Saskatchewan, not that bad. This year,
Okay, well, thanks very much, Ken. Yes, much more mild than normal, so getting a bit of a break on the prairies there. That's great. So anyway, thanks for coming in. We're still looking for anybody, anywhere, any direction. General call.
Victor Echo 7, Echo Romeo.
Victor Echo 7, Whiskey Charlie.
Okay, Joe, if you want to hang on a second, we've got Victor Echo 7, Echo Romeo Papa, I believe was the call. You want to try it again?
Okay, it's VE7 Echo Romeo Papa, QTH Nelson. I have no traffic for the net.
Okay, thanks very much. Sounding good out of Nelson there. And Joe, Victor Echo 7 Whiskey Charlie, how's things in Vernon?
Oh, very good in Vernon here, Paul. Good evening, 7-3 everybody, and no traffic from my station, over.
Okay, no traffic is fine. You're 20 over S9 down here. We're still looking for anybody, anywhere, any direction. General call. Okay, I heard a few in there, but out of all of that, I got Tango VE7 Tango Whiskey Lima. How are you, Tim?
Good evening, Paul. I'm doing well. No traffic from Shuswap Lake.
Okay, no traffic from Shuswap Lake. One of the other stations. Try it again.
Victor Echo 7, X-ray Delta.
Okay, Victor Echo 7, X-ray Delta from Tumbler Ridge. Good evening, Tony. How are you?
Sounding great, and with propagation this good, the net's going to be busy. All the best, 7-3.
Yeah, 7-3 to you as well. Thanks very much for coming in. Anybody else late or missed any direction? Okay, I got Hotel Golf Charlie in there. Go again with the call. Sorry, I think it was Victor Echo 7 Hotel Golf Charlie. Do you have any traffic for the net?
It might have been me. This is Victor Echo 7 Hotel Victor.
Okay, we'll take Victor Echo 7 Hotel Victor. My ears may need cleaning out, but go ahead. Sorry, I think I stepped on you. What's the, was there any traffic?
No traffic at all. I'm just barefoot, so a bit light, but thank you for the net.
Okay, thanks very much. Anybody else, anywhere, general call?
Victor Echo 7, Echo Zulu, India.
Okay, Bob, you were out there in the clear. Any traffic for us tonight?
No, nothing except to report an excellent signal report for you. You're 30 to 40 dB over here. Amazing. And all the signals are sounding good tonight. Anyways, here's one more for you.
He's playing Drop the Mic. Victor Echo 7, India Golf Bravo with no traffic. Thanks for doing the net, Paul. Have a good evening. 7-3.
Victor Echo 7, India Golf Bravo. Thanks very much, Grace. I know it's so hard to get good help these days. So anyway, I'm sure Bob could probably use a raise. Anyway, thanks very much, guys. Appreciate the twofer.
7-3.
7-3. Anybody else, anywhere, any direction, general call.
Victor Echo 7, Echo Delta Zulu.
Victor Echo 7, Echo Delta Zulu. Good evening. I think it's Pat. Any traffic?
Good evening. Name here is Ron, Romeo Officer Rimmer, and good evening to you, Paul, and also check in my two net controllers. I'm net control the Northern Net tonight. I have two relay stations that would like to check in their help me on 75. That's VE7 Fox X-ray Dennis, who's in Terrace, and VE7 HFY Peter, who's in Smithers. No traffic from all of us.
Okay, thanks very much, Ron. My apologies for that. I do know you've checked in many times. Victor Echo 7, Echo Delta Zulu, net control for the Northern Net tonight. Thank you for coming in. And I've got Dennis as well, Victor Echo 7, Foxtrot X-Ray. Good evening to you. And Victor Echo 7, Foxtrot Hotel Yankee, we have you on the log as well. Thank all three of you guys for coming in, and have a good net tonight.
A correction, the last call is Hotel Fox Yankee.
Okay, Hotel Fox Yankee. I have a little bit of dyslexia from time to time, so thanks, Ron, for bringing everybody in.
No worry. Good evening, Pat.
Okay, anybody else, anywhere, any direction, general call?
Charlie Mike Yankee.
Okay, we got Victor Echo 7, Charlie Mike Yankee. Good evening. Any traffic?
That's a negative. Nope, just a check-in.
Sorry, go again with that. I got VE7 Charlie Mike Yankee. Is that the correct call?
That's correct, yes. Mike in Parksville.
Oh, Mike in Parksville. Okay, thank you very much. You're the second Charlie Mike call sign that's come in. Usually I know those from the Maple Ridge Club. There was a whole bunch of them issued then. Were you in the Maple Ridge Club a long time ago?
Well, I was on the mainland a long time ago. I got my thing here in 84.
Oh, okie dokie. Alrighty. Anyway, thanks very much for coming in there, Mike. Appreciate your check-in. Anybody else anywhere? General call.
Victor Alpha 7, Hotel Golf Charlie.
Okay, Victor Alpha 7, Hotel Golf Charlie. Go ahead.
Victor Alpha 7, Hotel Golf Charlie, Qualicum Beach, no traffic this evening.
Okay, thanks very much, Qualicum Beach. Got you in the log. That was the one I missed earlier, so finally picked you up. That's great. Anybody else, anywhere, any direction, general call, BCNet. Okay, let's throw it around to the relay stations, see if there's anybody else in there where you're running quite over time. But Todd, if you want to give her a go, VE7GBO, anybody anywhere, and then throw it to Ned, KL7QK. And then if Ned, you could throw it to Michael, Victor Alpha 7, Mike Juliet Sierra, and we'll put the close sign on after that.
Roger, I guess 26 minutes after normally when the net closes. Any stations from any direction for the BC net? Okay, I heard something about Whiskey 7. I heard a suffix of Victor Alpha Kilo. Is that a Roger? Any relays? No traffic, but I still need your call there. I wonder if there's anybody that copied him.
I thought I did hear Victor Alpha Kilo, but I didn't make it all out. Was there a Victor Alpha Kilo station trying to call? Try it again.
Oh, you got doubled again?
Sorry, I doubled. You want to try it again?
And you doubled again. Yes, no traffic. What's your call sign? Okay, Victor Echo 7, Victor Alpha Kilo, Portable Whiskey 7. Gotcha that time. A very good evening to you. Yeah, 7-3, you take care. Anyone else from any direction, BCNet? Last call to the station, anyone from any direction, BCNet? Oh, looks like just the one. Over to you, Ned.
Thank you very much, Todd. KL7 Quebec Kilo for the BC Public Service Net, looking for any station, any direction. One more call to station, anybody, any direction for the BC Public Service Net, KL7QK for relay. Okay, well, I'm going to QSY to the Alaska Snipers Net and wishing everybody a very good evening. VA7MJS, KL7QK, over to you, Mike.
Thanks, Ned.
Thanks, Paul. KL7QK, VA7MJS. Well, I don't know. A half hour overtime will maybe just exercise this futility. All right. The BC Public Service Net is looking for any stations, later missed in any direction. Call now. Okay, there was a station that came back there. Come back slowly with your call. There was somebody in there. Later missed for the BCNet station. Unacknowledged. Come now. That's pretty light on me. Anybody copy that?
I thought it was Foxtrot Lima. The audio is kind of bassy, though, so can't quite make it out. Is there a Foxtrot Lima station? Try it again.
Station unacknowledged for the BC Public Service Net. Give your call slowly 2 times. Go ahead. really light on me. I got a whiskey. Anybody else?
I think it was Foxtrot Kilo, V6 or VA6, V7GZ here.
I don't know. See if he can rouse him.
The V7 Golden Zulu, you want to try giving him a call?
Can't hear him too well here.
The station tried to check into the BCNet. Go ahead again, please. V7GZ, over. I thought it was a VA or VE6 Foxtrot Kilo, but anyway, he's not coming back anymore. Thanks.
Yeah, well, anyway, thanks for regular traffic.
No traffic, sir. Great signal.
Traffic.
No traffic, sir. Great signal. You're plus 20 here in Comox Valley, and B7 Golf Mike Hotel, I think, is underneath me there.
Yeah, and there was another station, was it Golf Mike Hotel?
Victor Alpha 7, Golf Mike Hotel. Victor Alpha 7, Golf Mike Hotel.
And Victor Alpha 7 Mike Golf Hotel. Any traffic, sir? Do you have any traffic for the net?
No traffic, no traffic.
Got you with no traffic. Oh my goodness, this is going beyond the top of the hour, but all right, well, just give it another shot because there are people there. Anybody, later miss, BC Public Service Net, please call now.
Relay.
Go.
I think that was V6 Hotel Foxtrot Kilo that was calling there, V7GZ.
VE6 Hotel Fox Kilo?
That's what I heard.
Victor Echo 6 Fox Hotel Kilo. Any traffic?
Hotel Fox Kilo.
Kilo from just north of Edmonton, Alberta. Sorry for the mess up here. The machinery doing something kind of rain signal here with great conditions, and it's all kind of gone down the bucket now. So 7 to you all. Thanks for letting me check.
East QRU from Edmonton.
Okay, thanks for that. Yeah, I guess I inverted his call sign. Well, thanks very much for that. Well, I don't know. Oh, gosh, it's getting past the top of the hour, and I should get out of here. But anyway, let's give it one more shot. Anybody later, BC Public Service Net, call now.
Victor Echo 6 United Sierra.
Victor Echo 6 United Sierra. Good evening. Anything for us?
Good evening from Edmonton. No traffic. Looks like we're going to have some few nice warm days above zero and without the wind. So it's time to get some work done. No traffic. Good evening to everyone. This is Victor Echo 6 United Sierra.
Well, you got one of the biggest signals I've heard from Alberta tonight. You're better than S9. Thanks for checking in. There was another station that called. Go ahead.
Victor Echo 7, Tango Bravo Papa.
37 Tango Bravo Papa. Good evening.
Good evening. No traffic.
Got you with no traffic. Gosh, we're running just quite a bit over time, but anybody else anywhere later, miss? BC Net, call now.
Briefing Victor Echo 6 Alpha Papa Uniform.
Victor Echo 6 Alpha Papa Uniform with about a 20 over signal out here on the west coast. Good evening.
Good evening, sir, and thanks for the report. I have no traffic this evening. You've got an excellent signal here also tonight in Rocky Mountain House.
RMH, just in the Rocky Mountain Trench. I've been there many times. Okay, thank you. And the other station, go ahead.
Briefing.
What do you say, Todd?
Yeah, I should break. Anyway, I wonder, Paul, if you could email me your numbers, please. I've got to disappear. So, anyway, 7-3, everybody have a great evening. Victor Echo 7 Golf Bravo Oscar.
Yeah, will do, Todd. Have a good night.
7-3. Good, Mike.
Yeah, well, hey, I guess we should probably stop this, shouldn't we? Anyway, Paul, you're actually
You're actually a little better than S9. You're usually a little lower than that, but hey, great signal tonight. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here myself, so there you go. Yeah, V7X, Quebec V7MGS.
Okay, thanks very much, Mike. Appreciate the help there. And yeah, we're going to turn off the tap here. Anybody else later missed any direction? Come on in. Okay, that is it. I don't hear anybody else. So this concludes the BC Public Service Net for this evening. The net had 123 check-ins tonight. My thanks to the stations that supplied relays, which included Victor Alpha 7 Quebec India, Victor Echo 7 Golf Bravo Oscar, KL 7 QK, and VA 7 MJS. As well as to those who gave us a clear operating frequency. Please tune in tomorrow evening at 0130 UTC when Dawn Victor Echo 7 Delta Kilo will be the net control station. The net is now closed out at 0206. Is that 02? Yeah, 0206. No, 0306. Having a hard time here. Thank you in 7-3. This is Victor Alpha 7 at the controls of Victor Echo 7 Sierra Charlie Lima, or Victor Echo 7 Sierra Charlie Charlie. And thank you very much. Have a great evening.